Can you tell us what your name is, please?
It's Vincent Rotella.
And where did you immigrate from?
Where I came from?
Yeah.
I came from Italy,
Okay. What part of Italy are you from?
the southern part of it, way down the boot.
Like on the west or the east side?
The western side of the boot, yeah.
What was life like in Italy?
Well, life in those days was a little bit different than it is today here in America. It was wartime while I was there, and it was a little bit difficult. That thing might have been the reason why we decided to come here to America.
Um, what do you miss most from Italy?
The friends that I left behind, of course, and the weather, of course, is the best in the world, probably down in that area.
You think it's better than over here?
Oh, the weather, definitely, without a question.
Um, how old were you when you came over here?
I was 18 years of age.
Oh wow. Who did you come with?
I came here with my brother and my mother. My father was here all his life, practically, and it so happened the war came about, World War II that is, so he was there and we were there. And finally they decided that, having two places, two homes was a difficult thing to do. So we came to America.
So you met back up with your father here?
Pardon?
You met back up with your father here?
We met, that's right, yeah. He used to, before that, of course, he used to come once every couple of years or so, stay there a month or so, have another kid maybe, and then come back to America. War came along, he gets stuck over here, we were there. But then finally they smartened up, says we can't do this forever. Let's get together, let's go to America. We all came here, the rest of us, whoever was there, and made it home.
Did you face any difficulties getting to America?
Not really. The only difficulty at that time was the language, of course, because we knew no English at all. So when we went to school, and slowly, we were like the rest of them.
So it took you a while to learn English?
Pardon?
It took you a while to learn English?
Sure, I'm still learning. This is 80 years later, I'm still learning. Yes, yeah. We went to, we had some night school, that's the best we could do. And so for about three and a half years, and I felt that I wasn't learning fast enough. So I decided to join the service, the Army, serve the country. And that's where I did a lot of learning. I had no choice there. I had to learn and learn faster. Yeah. And after 3.5 years in the service, 4 years actually in the U.S. Air Corps, came home and started a brand new life.
What expectations did you have when you came to America?
Of an improving situation. All we knew there was in Italy was war in those days. So we were coming here with intentions of a better life, of course, Yeah.
Did it live up to your expectations?
Pretty much so, yeah.
What difficulties did you face when you were trying to adapt to the culture?
Again, the most difficulty was the language, but once we get over the barrier of the language, then it wasn't so difficult anymore. It was just like bit it over, yeah, not very hard at all.
How long did it take you to find your first job?
Well, actually, my first job was waiting here for me right after I came here. I think I was here maybe less than a week before I went to work.
What did you work at?
Well, my first job was in a plant over in Hopedale, Mass. They used to make all kinds of machineries over there. My specific job was a core maker, was called. And after being there perhaps for a couple of years, I knew there was better things to do. And that brought the attention to me, perhaps going into the service and see the world, see what's going on, to learn some more. And that's the way it all got started, yeah.
Did you live like in the town where you had your first job, or did you live somewhere else?
No, actually, I lived in a little town nearby where the first job was. I lived in Milford, the job was in Hopedale, which is only a short distance away, maybe 4 or 5 miles away, 6 miles away.
How'd you end up getting there to work?
Oh, in those days, we did a lot of walking to begin with. At the young age of 18, 19, 20, we didn't mind walking. And not only that, we didn't have any other means. We didn't have any other, we didn't have automobiles like we have today. And so we walked, and we walked some more, and finally the day came when we were able to have an automobile, and we traveled by automobile, because that was a family automobile. It wasn't my personal piece of property. It belonged to the family, and we all share. And I'll take you here, you'll take me there, and we'll go do this, and togetherness was a big thing in those days. You know, we all did our thing together.
Mm-hmm.
Was that like one of the traditions that you brought with you, like family being important?
I suppose, yeah. Sharing and was a very traditional thing. Not something that we always did do in those days, and we still have that ability to do it today. We believe in sharing, yes. Yeah.
How often do you get to visit Italy?
Well, not very often, really. I've been back about 3 or 4 times in the 60 years that I've been here, 60 some odd years. Yeah, but I don't know if you call that often. I don't think it is often enough, you know, but we have gone back 3 or 4 times.
Do you still have family there?
I have cousins over there. The immediate family is all here, of course, but I do have cousins there still, you know. The roots are still there, somewhere. Yeah.
Was life in America more difficult or life in Italy, do you think?
No, the life pretty much the same. Yeah. It's Italy, America, or wherever it may be, it's all pretty much the same. The world, it seems to me, is getting smaller, and the people are beginning to not only work together to do things together more, you know, and pretty much the same everywhere you go nowadays. Yeah.
So, would you ever consider moving back to Italy?
Would I? Well, not today. The way things, in my situation, being where my family is here, what would I do over there? Visiting, perhaps, sure. But going back to stay, I don't think so. And the reason, again, is the family. My family's here now. Yeah.
All right. So that's the end of the interview. Thank you very much for your time.
You're quite welcome.